Hi everyone, welcome back to JPWHUTV. My name is John, your host as always. I hope you're all doing well. As usual, this video is sponsored by 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase retro kits from the 60s all the way through to the early 2000s, including the 76 home kit and also the 1980 FA Cup final away kit that inspires next season's shirts. Those, I got an email today, well, not really an email, but I had a log on saying that the shirts are being ready for dispatch, so I'm hoping that those will be delivered tomorrow. If they are, then there's going to be a new video going up tomorrow night for you when I'm literally do the unboxing of them, so I'm really can't wait for that. There's also Admiral and Umbro track jackets, t-shirts, sweatshirts, and other stuff, basically. There, so go check those out. For the first 20 purchases made through the link in the description below, there I will be donating the commission that I would normally get. They will go directly to Isla's Fight, so any purchases that you make will be going as a donation to them as well. So thank you very much for any purchases that you will be making. Now, as I said, this is the first of potentially 3 videos in the next 2.5 days. This video is discussing the transfer rumours and stories and speculations that have been going around the last few days. Tomorrow, hopefully, as I say, once the shirts are delivered, then you'll be getting the preview, the reaction video to the shirts as well. And Thursday morning at 9 o'clock, myself, Baz Cox and AJ Palmer from Kiwi Hammers TV will be going through the 1920 Premier League fixtures live once they're released, so go check that out. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so and click the notification bell so you get to know when those videos have already gone up. Talking of which, by the way, thank you to everybody that's absolutely smashed the target for the for this subs to the channel. I basically said a week ago that can we get to the channel to 720 when we were on 709. We're now on, as I saw it, 728. So you guys have absolutely done, I've surpassed my expectations, so thank you very much. Everybody is welcome, and please always, as always, guys, put your comments in the comments section below, including you newbies. I want to know what you're thinking. So basically, okay, so the first room I want to talk about is we're linked to 30-year-old AS Roma centre-back, defensive midfield and central midfielder Maximi Gonalons, I think you pronounce that. So, or let's just call him Max Gonalons, right? So does that mean that Obiang is going to be going the other way? Because obviously there's been links over the last year or so for him to Roma in the last 2 transfer windows, and those rumours seem to be gathering a bit of pace as well now. So is that going to happen? We'll see. Whenever, as I say, it looks like Gonalons is going to be a loan deal. Roma can't seem to shift him. He's on a long contract and doesn't seem to be doing well from their perspective. So is that the sort of player that we want to be bringing in? I'm not 100% sure. It's also confirmed that Morgan Sanson, the Marseille player that we're also heavily linked with, is... See, Claret and Hugh put a very interesting article up about this, because their insider has said that he's not top of the list and that the club are seeking other players, but at the same point there's no mention that he's not on that list either. So obviously saying that he's not top of the list means he's on there at some point. I mean, he's also a target for Newcastle and Wolves apparently, so again we'll see what happens with that. But we're also, because apparently it seems that Marseille are a little bit skint for money at the minute, so we're also linked to the 22-year-old defender Boubacar Kamara, I think you pronounce that, and also injury-prone, surprise, sensitive defensive midfielder Kevin Struman, who's been offered on a loan as well. So that'd be interesting. I'm not 100% sure. Again, Struman's a right call for the club. Kamara, yes, 22-year-old. You know, we seem to have done very well with defenders around about that age. You look at Diop last season, a little bit younger than that, but we actually might be coming up to 22 now, to be honest with you. Real Madrid apparently need to raise 300 million euros worth of sales to either hitting financial fair play rules, or according to my housemate who's a Real Madrid fan, and he's a proper Real Madrid fan for that matter. He's not an English plastic. He is actually Spanish, and he did actually say that they're also looking to pay for a new stadium. So that could also be the reason why they're trying to get rid of players. But so potentially there could be about 9 or 10, maybe 11 players, fringe players that haven't really done very well for the senior squad as well, could be leaving. And as a result, we are linked to, again, 22-year-old left mid, centre mid and attacking midfielder Dani Ceballos, I think you pronounced that. So we're looking at quite good players so far this season, which bearing in mind we've still got just under 2 months to go, or just over 2 months. Just under 2 months to go. So it's we always want to get the players in as soon as possible. We like a surprising and an attacking-minded player to come in. We want that. That's all we care about really as West Ham supporters. We're also, this is the funny thing. We're linked to what appears to be a very, very dreamy midfielder, Pablo Fornals. I think you pronounce that, from Villarreal, also known as the Yellow Submarine. Apparently that club. I didn't know that until I was looking into this. Now this is the thing. This story has been bouncing around all over the place the last couple of days. Apparently they've accepted a 27 million euro bid for him, which works out to be about 24.5 million pounds. But literally today, Claret and Hugh put up there was no interest in him, and at lunchtime, X had tweeted that there's been progress has been made with the club and the agent. And it looks like he's potentially going to be one of our first signings, because a lot of people are now tipping him to actually sign for the club. So it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. So guys, I'm going to keep an eye on for this as much as I can. I've also purchased, as you may have seen from my Twitter account and my tweets recently, I jokingly called it phase 3 of the channel. I've basically gone and bought myself a Hero 7. So I'm going to be using that a lot. So hopefully I've got a few other bits and pieces for that. So once all that comes and if everything works perfectly, you guys are going to get to see a lot more update videos from me very, very quickly. For some reason I can't stream live to YouTube on it, but I'm working on it, but we'll see anyway. So keep your eyes peeled for that as well. In terms of players going now, there's a lot of links that Sanchez is going to be going for around about £2 million. So similar to the Perez deal. And there's also a lot of speculation because of the contract situation, and also because of being heavily linked with Fornals as well, that there's a lot of speculation, and I do mean speculation, that Lanzini could be on his way out if stuff isn't sorted out with his contract. Guys, let me know your thoughts on Lanzini. A very good player, as we all know, has his moments, as we all know. Was a brilliant player when he first signed for us, before he got that awful injury. Yet again, an injury-prone players, but it's interesting from that point of view. I'd like to be honest, I would like to see Lanzini stay and have a decent midfielder next to him, who can sit in defence and play in midfielders alongside him. Alongside him with him and Anderson. So that could be very, very interesting to see what's going to happen with that. But yeah, there's a very, very interesting story that's been coming out over the last few days. I think X talked about it last week. I can't 100% remember, but it's been floating around the last few days. Various sources are basically repeating the same story. That Hernandez, aka Chicharito, he switched his phone off while he's away. Now, that could be one of two things. Either the fact that he just doesn't want to talk to anybody because he's fed up of his situation with West Ham. Or it could be just down to the fact that he doesn't want to speak to anybody because he's chilling out with his family. There's always two sides to every story, guys. We know that. But it doesn't help him from a fan's perspective, having his phone off while he's been heavily linked to moving back to Spain. I think it's Valencia, if I remember correctly, trying to estimate a bid up for him. Now that's it in terms of players. leaving speculations and all that stuff. But there's something very interesting that Gary Neville came out with during Sunday, I think it was, for talk, or maybe Monday night, last night, depending on when you're watching this video. He's quoted as saying, he's basically been talking about Declan Rice and him being thrown into the void, playing for England. Now, basically, he's been quoted as saying he's got a lot to learn in terms of becoming a top international midfield player. Of course he is. He's only 2021. And a top Premier League midfielder for one of the top clubs. Again, yes. He's got 3 or 4 years before he can develop into that. No argument there. No other countries in the top nations would play a central midfielder who is so untested. Now, this is what gets my back up. All right? This really, really does get my back up, because how are you going to test a player at international level if you don't play him? Yes, all right, he's had 2 and a bit decent seasons with us. Not disputing that in any shape or form. And the performances he's made for England so far have been outstanding. In actual, some of them have been absolutely exemplary. All right, I didn't watch the game on Sunday because I was shooting the transfer roundup video that last went up. But you know, and there's reports that apparently that Rice didn't have an all good game. I can't comment because I didn't watch it, so I can't say. But to say that no other countries in the top nations would play a central midfielder who is so untested, he's having to be catapulted into a situation which in some ways is unfair. Now, I disagree. I disagree. Not just as a West Ham supporter, because yes, don't get me wrong, it's been a long time since we've had a very, very decent player in our England setup. But you're never going to know if he's good enough unless you try him. The Nations League is perfect for this, and has been perfect for this. The Nations League, as far as I'm concerned, is a competitive, friendly cup. Right? Let's not make two bones to mix the words about it. That's my opinion on it. If you disagree, that's fine. I haven't got an issue with it, but it's basically competitive friendlies. But it's the same. It's basically exactly the same time that you should be playing youngsters that haven't been proven. Because of that, that's the whole point. It's the whole point. Otherwise, how are we going to know he's going to be good enough? I mean, this is a bit hypocritical from Gary Neville, to be 100% honest with you, because he's always banged the door saying that not enough youngsters are getting the opportunity, and now that one is, because he's not playing for Man United and Man City or any of the top 6, he's saying it's too early for him, or it's unfair to put him in that position. Mate, sort yourself out. Which one is it? Do you want youngsters coming through to be the next golden generation, or do you want kids only from the top 6? Guys, I'm sorry, but that's my rant for the video. It's been a while since I've had a bit of a rant, and that's where I wanted to go with it. But also, turning back to the transfer window, I'm not talking about clubs, any players itself now. It's been interesting to find out that the transfer window, obviously for the Premier League and Championship, closes on the same day, the 8th of August. For Italy, the window closes on the 23rd of August. And on the 2nd of September, it closes for, and I'm not joking, I've researched this just to make sure, that on the 2nd of September, it closed for League 1, League 2, France, Germany, Scotland and Spain. So that's going to be very, very interesting to see that basically just under 4 weeks after the window closes, there's still stuff going on in international duties, international windows. So guys, thank you very much for your time. As I said, put your comments in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on all the subjects I've discussed. If there's anything you want me to talk about in the next roundup video, put your comments down below and let me know what you want me to look into, and I'll give you my honest opinion, as I always do. As I said, guys, if you're new around here, welcome. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed the video and you like the channel, then by all means, please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get to know when the videos go up, and as I say, when future podcasts are going up. Well, Thursday morning isn't really a podcast. Sorry, AJ, it's not really a podcast, but as I say, it's a live review between the 3 of us, myself, Baz Cox and AJ from Kiwi Hammers TV. Where we not dissect, but we go into quite some detail, because we're basically going to talk about it month by month, what we think the results are going to be, and where we could potentially what amount of points we could potentially get from that season, those games. So, guys, thank you very much for your time. As I say, if you like the video and you feel I deserve it, then by all means, please click the like button. Share this video with anybody else that you feel may want to watch it. The sub numbers are getting brilliant, as I said at the start of the video, but the more the merrier. You can never have enough followers. I'm just buzzing the fact that it's literally just over a year this channel has gone ridiculously high. Not as fast a growth as my good friends on American Hammers TV. They've had some unbelievable growth over the last 5 months. They're on 522 subscribers in 5 months. That's amazing growth for them. Absolutely brilliant. Go check that channel out, guys, if you haven't already. I've been on there a few times. They've had a lot of very, very good guests on recently. They've had Ryan Archer and Nicky Hawkins from West Ham Fan TV on there. They've had ex-footballer Kenny Brown was on there recently. They got some very good content, so go check those out. They're fantastic guys. I really hope I can get back on their channel at some point. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for your time. And as I say, there's more content coming up this week, a lot more than I was originally intending to do, but stuff's happening. So I'm not going to leave you guys out in the woods for over anything. So thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you very, very soon.